everyone, how you doing? Welcome back to my channel. So I just want to start off first of all by saying a massive thank you for all the love and all the comments and all the likes and all the interaction with my last Complexion video. I was not expecting for my first ever YouTube video to be as successful as what it has been, so thank you. I really appreciate the love, and I love kind of getting to know y'all. So this video today is really just about all the trends that are going to be coming up within makeup for spring summer 2016. There is quite a few trends. I have put them all into the one look, but please, if you don't feel like you have to do the entire look, do you know what I mean? If you want to just do the eye or do a softer version of the eye or kind of or a softer version of the lips, then go for it. But it's just about me giving you the information so that you know what the trends are and you know what you can do with it. Yeah, I do also just want to quickly apologise. I know there's been quite a time gap between my last video and this video. I did just have some things to iron out. But do you know what, I'm back and I'm really excited to say that I will be uploading a video every Monday, so it'll be Makeup Mondays with Marc. And what I would love would be if you could hashtag MMMarc. Oh, here's the dog. Yeah, if you could hashtag MMMarc, then it just means that I can get to see if you've taken any inspiration or if you've done any looks based on my videos. Then I would really love to see them, and I'd love to get to see what sort of things you guys are doing. Yeah, so anyway, let's just crack on straight with the video and get on with the look. Okay, so let's just get right into it. I've got my headband on, I've got my hair scraped back. I know I look absolutely ridiculous right now, but trust me, it'll be okay in the end. I've done my complexion, which is all pretty much the exact same as my previous complexion video. So if you haven't seen it and you want to see how my skin looks the way it is, then go and check that out. But there are just two things that I have changed from the previous video. One of those things are I'm using a different highlighter today than the one that I used before, just because I like to change things up a wee bit. And the highlighter I'm going to use today is the Anastasia Beverly Hills So Hollywood Illuminator. And you know what, I love the glow. It's a very popular highlighter. You can see it shimmering away there. So I'm just going to use my MAC 168 brush and apply quite a lot of highlighter, to be honest with you. We'll just work that onto the top of the cheekbones there. And I'm being very lightweight, even though I'm using quite a lot of highlighter. It's just the tips of the brush that are tickling the highlighter onto the skin, so that I'm not being left with that powdery look to it. I'm going to pop a wee bit just above the brows there, because I want that radiance from all angles. And I'm going to pop a wee bit just onto the tip of the nose. Okay, so the next thing I've done different that I didn't do in my previous complexion video is I'm going to add a blusher. And the blusher that I'm going to use, to be honest with you, it's just a really cheap wee blusher. It's from Revolution, and it's just a baked blusher bronzer, but what you should see there is all the gold through it. Now the name of this is Rock On World, and I got it from Superdrug for like £4 or something along those lines, so it was really cheap. But I'm loving using this just because it's going to act as a nice transition between my contour and my highlight, but give me that warmth and give me that extra luminosity to the face. So I'm going to use a very large pointed brush. This one's from Blank Canvas, and it's their F16 brush. Just a very small bit, because this is very glittery. Just work a wee bit onto the apple there. And all this is going to do is give me that extra glow, that extra bit of bronziness and warmth for spring summer. So the Big trend for eyes for spring summer 2016 is either a blue eye, and I'm talking electric blue, bold royal blues. And to be honest with you, that is not something that I personally would ever wear. But do you know what? I know that it's there is a market out there for blue eyeshadow, and if that's something you want me to do a tutorial on for me to kind of show you how to do a blue eyeshadow but make it wearable, then just let me know and that's something I'll happily record for you. So the trend that I'm going to be following, and the trends that I'm absolutely loving, is a trend that was seen on the likes of Chloe, Tommy Hilfiger, Michael Kors, Ralph Lauren. All of those designers opted to go for a really nice kind of bronze sultry eye on their models. So this is something that I'm going to do today. So what I'm going to start off with is just an eye base, and I'm going to use the Lancome Lip Liner Paupiers Pro. This is just a really nice hydrating creamy eye base, and I'm taking a small bit and pressing it on with my finger all over the lid, and then I'm going to use a beauty blender and just kind of blend that out. Now, I love this base because I do get quite dry lids, so it is really good if you've got sensitive eyes or dry eyes. But if you get kind of more oily lids, then you'd be better going for something like the Urban Decay Eden Primer, something that's really going to help to control the oil there. So when we're coming to colours, bronze, obviously it's kind of the colour of a pound coin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with my Naked One palette, and I'm going to go right in there with Naked. So I'm going to start off with my blending brush, which is the Lancome number 17, just a really, really great shape. And I'm going in with Naked, and I'm going to just start working this around into the crease. So I'm just window wiping a wee bit of Naked along the crease. There we go, really easy. I'm then going to go in with Buck, which is just slightly darker. Using the exact same brush, and I'm just taking it slightly tighter into the crease, so I'm not blending it out as much, so I'm really starting to get that depth there. And what you should see, hopefully, is the angle that I'm going in with my brush. I'm not kind of letting my elbow drop and going up from underneath. I'm keeping the brush coming in at a 90-degree angle so that I'm getting that perfect blend. There we go. What I'm then going to do is go in with the exact same two colours with my blank canvas E34 brush, which is just a really small dual fibre blending brush. There's loads of brushes out there like it. So I'm going in with Naked, and we're pulling that underneath the eye, kind of to about 3/4 of the way in, and we're joining that around to the top. And then I'm going in with my Buck with the same brush and keeping it a wee bit tighter to the lash line. I'll then finish, go back to my Lancome blending brush and just circle round from the crease on top round to underneath so that I'm getting the right shape there. Okay, so we're done with Naked. I'm then going to line the eye. So the liner that I'm going to use, and I think it's, to be honest with you, the perfect bronze colour, is the Urban Decay 24-Hour liner. And the shade of this is Smog, is the name. So I'm really just going to work that right into the lash line underneath and then pull it around onto the lash line on top. You can go in and start using kind of black liners, brown liners. It's totally up to yourself. But I just like sticking to the bronze. Okay, so the eye's lined. What I'm then going to do is start building up that really nice bronze colour. So what I'm going to use for this is one of the MAC paint pots, and I'm going in with the shade Indianwood. So what you should see is it's just a really nice metallic bronze. It's quite cool toned. And I'm going to work that onto my lid with just a really small flat brush. The brush I'm using is a wee YSL brush. I think I got it free in one of their palettes, but it's just a nice size for this. You can use your finger as well, but I just want a wee bit more control over where I'm putting it. So I'm just working the product right along the lash line, and then I'm kind of taking it up just below the crease. You see I'm just pressing it on. Oh, I don't know if you can hear in the background the dog's playing with his with his toy. So now that I've pressed that on all over, I'm going to go in with my Inglot shadow, and it's number 76 here, and it's just a really, really gorgeous bronze tone. You can also use a MAC shadow in the shade bronze. You can go in with your Naked palette and use the shade Smog. There are loads of options out there of what you can use. I just personally really like the pigment in my Inglot shadows. So I'm taking also an Inglot brush, and this is number 29PO, and it's just again quite a soft flat brush, and I'm really just going to take some of that bronze pigment and press it over the top of the Indianwood up into the crease. So it's just really kind of holding that paint pot in place and enhancing the bronze colour. Lovely. So to be honest with you, I actually think if you added a bit of mascara, a wee bit of brows, that already is a really, really nice wearable look. Maybe a wee bit more suited towards going for lunch or more of a daytime look. But I'm going to enhance it and make it a wee bit smokier, a wee bit more sultry. So how I'm going to do that is I'm taking my all-time ultimate favourite shadow, and this is MAC Phloof. And you know, this is the only shadow I've actually ever in my life had to go out and repurchase because I finished it, and you can see I'm already nearly at the bottom of a second one. So I'm taking my small MAC pencil brush, which is number 219, and I'm just going to work some of that Phloof right onto the inner corner of my eye to highlight. And then I'm going to take an Inglot brush, which is 18SS, and to be honest with you, it's basically just like a fat pencil brush, okay? It's a wee bit fluffier, and I'm going to go in with that bronze shadow from Inglot that I used on top and just work it onto the centre underneath. So really just in the centre through the lower lashes. Because I am going to be going in with some lashes later on, I'm going to pop on some gel liner. So the gel liner I'm going to use is my Inglot number 77, which is probably one of the best gel liners on the market. If you haven't tried it, you need to go out and get it. If Inglot isn't as accessible for you, then the Maybelline gel liner is absolutely amazing as well. For myself, they're probably the two best gel liners out there. I cannot fault them. So the brush I'm going to use for my gel liner is actually a wee brush that I just picked it up in an art store, and it's for acrylic paints. You'll see that it's just really small, really hard, and it just gives me, for me it's the perfect brush for doing gel liner. But if you've got another brush that you prefer, that you're used to for doing gel liner, then go for it. Now with the liner, it's not a thick liner. I'm keeping it quite close to the line, but then I'm going to take out a wee bit more of a flick. Okay, so This does take me a wee while to do, so I'll be right back with you in a second. Okay, gel liner done. So I'm taking it a wee bit sultrier, I'm taking it a wee bit smokier. You just grab a black shadow. To be honest with you, I'm not even going to name a name because everybody owns a black shadow of some sort. I'm just going to take a really small blending brush, and I'm just going in with the Zoeva 237 Detail Shader. So again, just a very small blending brush with my black, and I'm really just going to very softly smoke out a wee bit of that gel liner to pull it underneath on the outer corner, and ever so slightly smoke out the top. So really it's just the top in at the crease. I'm adding a wee bit of black. And then we'll go back to that original blending brush that we used from Lancome, and I'll just blend that black in. I think a smoked out liner is definitely a lot more on trend nowadays than what it is to go with that real sharp line. And to be honest with you, if you're someone who isn't actually too confident with doing liner, liquid liner or gel liner, then smoking it out a bit can hide a multitude of sins. Trust me, I've been there before. Okay, so what we're going to do is move on to the next trend, which is something that has got me really, really excited. For some reason, for the past few seasons, makeup artists and designers have been trying to make no mascara and that kind of nude look on the eyes fashionable, which, fair enough, yeah, it looks great on the runway, but I don't know about you. If I leave the house with mascara on, people think I'm ill, I look tired, I look like I've not had any sleep, and I'm just like, hold on, I just don't have any mascara on today, calm down. But yeah, the big trend for spring summer 2016 is false lashes. Now, when I'm talking false lashes, I mean Louis Vuitton and Giorgio Armani went for bold, dramatic statement lashes. So what I'm going to do is I've taken a set of Inglot lashes and I've cut them in half. You know yourself if there's lashes that you really like wearing, okay? But I've just cut these in half because really I just want to fill out the outer half of my lashes so that I've got loads of volume on the outside and I can make it look a wee bit more natural on the inside. I also love using the Demi Wispies. I think they're just, again, beautiful lashes, if not a wee bit more on the natural side. Yeah, but do you know what? If you've got lashes that you really like using, please let me know because I'm constantly on the lookout for new lashes to try out. Then we'll just place them on the outside of the eyelashes. And those lashes, gorgeous! So those are the Inglot 37S lashes. There we go, so all that's left to do now is loads of mascara to blend my natural lashes into the false lashes. And the mascara that I'm going to use is the Hypnose Classic by Lancome. And it is my all-time ultimate favourite mascara. Honestly, I've tried loads of different mascaras out there, and this is just one of the ones that I always go back to because it just works for me. It's not too much. Okay, and there we have it. Eyes are done. So do you know what? Brows are not a massive statement for spring summer 2016, to be honest with you. It's more just kind of about definition, but keeping it quite natural and quite kind of wispy on top. So the likes of Celine, D&G, JW Anderson and Fendi all had that kind of nice sculpted brow that's still very, very soft looking. So all I'm going to use for this is a brow mascara. I'm going to use the Benefit Gimme Brow, but there are loads of different brow mascaras in the market just now. This one's really, really great for if you're someone that's got quite thick brows naturally, then this will just give you a bit more colour and definition. But if you're someone who's got really, really fine brows or really not a lot of hair due to over plucking, then maybe more something like the Urban Decay brow mascara would be better for you, because I think that one's got like coconut oil or something like that through it that's going to help condition and help promote growth and all that sort of thing. But this one's just got fibre, so it kind of just builds up a wee bit more volume. I'm brushing everything up the way so that I'm getting that nice kind of soft wispy finish on top, but I'm still getting the definition. So brows, really quick, really easy to do. Okay, so now that the eyes are done, we'll go on to the final trend, and by God, guys, is this a massive trend for the next 6 months or so, and that trend would be a red lip. So if you're someone who is totally scared of red lips, you just like yourself in nudes and you're just not used to colour, then I would recommend you just start off with more like a coloured gloss or like a tinted lip balm or something along those lines. But if you're someone that loves the colour, then what better excuse than to use your red lip, because the likes of Acne, Nina Ricci, DKNY, Jason Wu, all of them had this amazing bright kind of cherry candy red on their models. But on the opposite side, which is something that I personally relate a wee bit more to and what I prefer, is more of kind of like a vampire red, so something a wee bit deeper, the kind of colour that you would normally see in winter, to be honest with you. And it's the likes of Anastasia, Burberry, Imperial Armani, Givenchy, Miu Miu. All of them had this kind of deep red. They had their models in like leathers and all that sort of thing. So that's right up my street and I love it. So what I'm going to do is just use a red that's totally between the two. It's not cherry candy bright, but it's not deep vampire, as much as I am going to make it a wee bit more vampy, but you don't have to do the second part, okay? So the lipstick that I'm going to use is the Lancome Rouge In Love lipstick, and this is shade 185N, and it is literally just this gorgeous deep blue toned, really expensive looking red. It's absolutely gorgeous. So I've got the matching lip liner to that, which is 111. So I'm just going to start off by lining the lips. I think if you are going to wear a red lip, you need to line the lips. You can't get round not lining it, because reds get so much pigment in it, it'll just bleed. It'll bleed everywhere and look ridiculous. So I'm just going to start off lining the lips here. Okay, so lips are lined. What I'm then going to do is take my lip liner and just colour in the two outer thirds with my liner. And then I'm going to do the centre of the top lip. So by doing this, all I'm going to do is make sure that the lips are kind of more contoured and they're looking bigger, and it just gives them an illusion that you've got better lips than you do, to be honest. So going in with a red lip, I always use a brush, but do you know what, if you're totally confident, then just pop it straight on yourself. I think with the red you do get a wee bit more precision if you use a brush, Plus the lip liners come with a brush on the other end, so it's a wee bit better. Now, isn't that a sexy looking red? Obviously, I mean, you don't have to go for a bold bronze, dark, smoky eye and a bold red lip. You can do one or the other, or like I said, just go in with a red gloss. Now, this is a great red. This is a great everyday red. If you are wanting to be a wee bit more like Burberry and Armani and Givenchy and you want to vamp it up a wee bit, which, like I said, is more to my taste, then all I'm going to do is just go in with a black crayon, a black pencil, and just colour in a wee bit on the centre of the bottom lip, blend it out, and it'll just take it that wee bit vampier, that wee bit more multi-tonal. There we go, and I'm sure you'll agree, do you know what, it is a wee bit vampire, but it's still totally wearable, because we've not made it too dark in the middle, and this sort of blue toned red makes your teeth look really, really white, so it's really great. So listen, I'll back in 2 seconds, I'm just going to go and do my hair, and then we'll get to see the final look, okay? Okay guys, so there we have it. I've let my hair down. And do you know, I personally actually love this look. I think even though I've taken all the trends for Spring Summer 16 and put them into the one look, I still think it's totally wearable for if you're going out for a night out or something. But like I said earlier, if you are just wearing it for daytime, you can just wear the bronze in the eyes, go for a bit of a red lip gloss, or you can go for the dark smoky eye and a lighter lip. So just take the trends, work them into however you want to wear the trends, but at least you know what is going to be in fashion when you're out makeup shopping or when you're doing your makeup in the morning. You know what's going to be on trend for the next kind of 6 months or so. Yeah, so listen, thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see, then please subscribe, comment below, like my videos, share my videos, whatever, get me on Instagram. Yeah, and don't forget to hashtag MMMark to let me see if you have taken any inspiration from this video, because I want to see your looks and I want to interact with you and get to know you all. Okay, so thanks so much guys, I'll see you next Monday. Bye!